I just want you to know that if you have struggled to upload a book on Amazon, you are not alone. I am stuck at 611 books. And if you watched our recent videos, we talked about how Amazon is putting a limit on what we can actually upload. Last year, they actually put a stop on 3 a day. And with the advancement of artificial intelligence and the tools that allow us to make coloring books and even word searches much, much faster, has allowed us to even hit that limit. And so last week, Amazon actually started rejecting books or putting them on pause for a lot of self-publishers with the disclaimer in an email that 10 books a week is the exception or is the new limit. Now, they did say that there are exceptions and you need to reach out to support for your case-by-case scenario. Now, you beautiful people have always kept me up to date with your self-publishing journey, and some of you have said that even Amazon KDP support isn't always up to date with this rule. Now, I scoured the help desk on Amazon KDP because that's what I do, and I could not actually find anything that said the limit. So this is an informal, I don't know if they're going to put it on there or you're just going to learn when you hit that limit. We had some other questions about when does the limit actually start? Is it a Sunday to Monday thing? And my speculation would be pay attention to the day that you upload, and that is probably where that starts. Okay. So if you start uploading on a Monday, pay attention that you only have, 9 more books for those 7 days. Now, I have been just going down the rabbit hole for Q4 to really lean into turning on ads and seeing how much revenue we can, or, royalties we can actually generate from Q4. And as you follow this channel, you've seen that I've pulled back a little bit on publishing 3 books a day because I wanted to focus on quality. And one of the reasons that I wanted to focus on quality is because I want to be able to scale the books up. And so if you feel discouraged by this new informal rule, give yourself some grace and give yourself some time to get better at designing books. That's really this game. And the first month on Amazon KDP, I need to print it out. You guys know the number, right? It's like $18.19. I need to print it out so I know that's truly what it is. It is under 20 bucks. And do you know how many books I uploaded to do that? I uploaded 200 books in 30 days. My husband was like, is she depressed? I kind of was, because my parents, after 40 years, were going through a divorce, and I was not expecting it. And therapists say that the level of trauma inflicted upon somebody is also directly connected to the level of surprise. So when you're like so surprised, it can be traumatic, okay? It's also like when you upload a book and you hit submit and then you get a rejection email and you're so surprised it feels a little traumatic and you think, oh, I don't want to keep going. I don't want to keep doing it. But literally it's all about like putting in the reps. And so instead of comparing book publishing to like your parents getting divorced, because they're not the same, like no one is dying when we upload books. We've got to give ourselves grace and take a step back and just realize like we actually have more control over our circumstance than we ever have before. Okay. And so that journey for me, I had to put in the reps to see the fruit of my labor. And if you're within the sound of my voice and you're like, Jenny, it doesn't work for me, therefore it doesn't work at all, I would ask you to think about where you stopped. And you don't have the same luxury I had. And that is the involvement of self-publishing. Not everybody, you can't upload 200 books in 30 days to put in the reps, right? And so what you can do now is tune into channels with fellow YouTubers who are self-publishers, who are putting in the reps to teach you the shortcuts, because we have an incredible community, okay? So if you've heard me talk about this on the channel, one of the things that I wish I would have focused on really, really early was serving underserved searches, okay? And you're like, what does that even mean? So when you learn about Amazon, you see different YouTube videos that are like, this keyword is searched 400,000 times. And then like everybody within the sound of that person's voice goes and like puts a book on Amazon and they name it all the same thing. And then like they don't really see any sales. And that is essentially like someone with a megaphone telling you, hey, go sell your book on this corner. There's a bunch of customers already there buying something that is a bestseller already. Go in there with your brand new book and try to compete with them. That is like the worst advice ever. And I took that advice, and it was only because I didn't know what I didn't know. Okay. So for those of you that haven't had success yet, we need to find a different corner for you to go on and shout out your book, right? Like we need to be able to be in a niche that has less competition. So when we talk about when you go to the Amazon search bar and you type things in, look at the results, because Amazon will tell an Amazon buyer how many results there are. And if you're typing in words that are generating results over 60,000, 70,000, even 40,000, just imagine 40,000 people around you trying to sell the same book that you want to sell. Okay, you've got to stand out by looking at the underserved people in the crowd. And how do we do that? We focus on niching down. Now, what does that actually mean? When we type in words on Amazon, Amazon generates customer search terms in the drop-down menu. These are actually things that are validated. And so look for longer phrases and hit enter. And look at the search results for those longer phrases. And if they're under 20,000, then you have just cut your competition in half, okay? And so there's so many components. I've been thinking about this a lot because I've been doing this for 3 years. But if someone was like, could you teach me A to Z? Yeah, I have a program for that. But what if people aren't ready for that type of commitment? How do we actually break things down on a smaller scale? So I went to my notebook and I wrote down like all the skill sets that you need to learn to be a 6-figure self-publisher. There's like 14. So very slowly over this channel, we're going to start doing more of those so you see the different steps. Now, if you're like, what are the steps? Very, very basic is like things that I feel that I'm in the mastery of is like book ads. That's something I mastered, okay? Another thing is like creating good covers, creating good book descriptions, creating a good inside. Like I just named 4 things, right? And so if you haven't had success, you're not alone and there's nothing wrong with you. You've probably been told to go out on a corner with 100,000 self-publishers and like go scream, bold and easy coloring book. Like it's not enough. It's not enough, okay? And there is so much fulfillment when you put in the work to figure it out, because it's like unlocking. I was going to say infinity stones, but we're not Thanos. We're not doing naughty stuff. It's like unlocking time freedom for yourself, okay? So just remember that it is a journey and you don't have to do it alone. And I have a free training coming up. I want you to attend so you can learn more about the 3 things that I did to be able to cross 6 figures with my book income stream, okay? And if you are still like, I need more direction, or if you feel like there was anything that I said that you're like, I want to know more about that, then put that in the comments below, because a rising tide, it raises all the boats. So as I give you more resources to be successful, that's going to help you. You're going to help somebody else, whether it's in your own family, whether it's being able to go to the grocery store without looking at every single price tag. Those are the reasons why I do this, okay? So I love you, and I will see you in the next video. Here is a video that YouTube is thinking is for you. You have to tell me too, like, did YouTube do a good job recommending the next video? It better be one of mine. Just kidding. Love you. Peace out.